Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got some mind-blowing news about the sun's surface and what might be driving those sunspots and solar flares we all find so fascinating. A new study from MIT is shaking up what we thought we knew about the sun's magnetic field. Astrophysicists have long believed that the sun's magnetic field is generated deep within its core, but a recent study by researchers at MIT, the University of Edinburgh, and others suggests that the sun's activity might actually be influenced by processes much closer to the surface. Published in Nature, this study found that instabilities in the sun's outermost layers could be responsible for generating its magnetic field. The research team created a detailed model of the sun's surface and discovered that small changes in the flow of plasma in the top 5 to 10% of the sun were enough to create realistic magnetic field patterns, just like those we see on the sun. Simulations of deeper layers didn't produce as realistic results. This means that sunspots and flares might be coming from a shallow magnetic field near the sun's surface, not deep within it like we've always thought. Keaton Burns from MIT's Department of Mathematics explained, "The features we see when looking at the sun, like the corona, sunspots, and solar flares, are all linked to the sun's magnetic field. Our study shows that isolated changes near the sun's surface can grow over time to produce the magnetic structures we observe. If the sun's magnetic field originates from its outer layers, it could improve our ability to forecast solar flares and geomagnetic storms, which can potentially disrupt satellites and telecommunications." Jeffrey Vasile from the University of Edinburgh added, "We know the dynamo acts like a giant clock with many complex interacting parts, but we don't know many of the pieces or how they fit together. This new idea about the solar dynamo's origins is crucial for understanding and predicting it." The study's co-authors include researchers from Northwestern University, Bates College, the University of Colorado at Boulder, and the University of California at Santa Cruz. So, what exactly is happening on the sun's surface? It's a boiling ball of plasma, and this boiling region is called the convection zone, where layers of plasma move and flow. This zone makes up the top third of the sun's radius, extending about 200,000 kilometers below the surface. Burns explains, "One basic idea for starting a dynamo is that you need a region where lots of plasma moves past other plasma, and that shearing motion converts kinetic energy into magnetic energy. People thought the sun's magnetic field was created by motions at the bottom of the convection zone. Instead of simulating the entire sun's interior, the team focused on the stability of plasma flows near the surface. They used data from helioseismology to determine the average structure and flow of plasma beneath the surface. It's like watching a drum vibrate in slow motion to understand its shape and stiffness." The team then used the Daedalus Project, a numerical framework Burns developed, to simulate fluid flows and find self-reinforcing changes in the sun's surface flows. Their findings matched the locations and timescales of sunspots observed by astronomers since Galileo. Sunspots are temporary features on the sun's surface, appearing as dark spots due to their cooler temperature. They follow an 11-year cycle, generally forming around the equator. The team's simulations showed that changes in the top 5–10% of the sun's surface layers could generate these magnetic structures. Burns and his team suspect a similar phenomenon to the magneto-rotational instability seen in accretion disks around black holes might be at play in the sun's outer layers. This result might be controversial, Burns says. Most of the community has focused on finding dynamo action deep in the sun. Now we're showing there's another mechanism that seems to match observations better. The team is continuing to study whether these new surface field patterns can generate individual sunspots in the full 11-year solar cycle. What do you think about these discoveries? Share your thoughts with us in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for the latest space news. See you in the next video.